I teach English and humanities-based electives to high schoolers in the District of Columbia. I love teaching because it gets me together with young people, and I love feeling the energy that they have and the ideas that they give me.
I teach high school English and creative writing. And the reason that I love teaching is because I get to be a creator and I get to help other people create.
I teach algebra at Dodge City High School in Dodge City, Kansas. And the reason why I love teaching is because I just like growing and I like becoming better. And teaching is one of the hardest jobs I've ever had in the whole world. And every day I have a new challenge. And every day I make lots and lots of mistakes, and that helps me learn and become better. And so I just love growing along with my students.
I teach high school history, U.S. history, world history, African American history, and civics and government. And why do I love teaching? It's who I am. I think that, you hear people say that education is the equalizer, but for me, it was my call to action, because once you hear people's stories and you understand their perspectives, you feel compelled to improve the human condition.
Teach New Mexico history and a program called Enlace. I love teaching Enlace because we create a family out of kids that have virtually nothing in common when they walk in to discovering that they have everything in common when they walk out.
It's great to be an impact on people's lives. If you have a long-term concept of the span of a life, it's neat to know that you can be planting seeds now that are growing for years and years, and that the payback and the support that you get back from students comes back to you over and over and over again, and that's the biggest reward you can have as a professional in life.
It really is a great way to figure out what you're made of. When I started teaching, I was 22, and I was in a really tough school, and I was teaching 18 and 19-year-olds, and I learned pretty quickly who I was and what I could rise to with that. And the other thing that I love about teaching that I think people don't talk about a lot is the creative part. For me, that's what keeps me going. Is every day I get to come up with a new way to teach and a new way to think, and I get to inspire other people to figure out a new way to think, and that's priceless.
Oh man, it is the absolute best job in the world. Listen, when I was in college, I thought that I wanted lots of money, and I studied business, and I went into the business world, and I found that it just wasn't very fulfilling. And there's more to life than just chasing dollars, and having an impact on people's lives, there's no price that you can put on that. So becoming a teacher allows you to have a huge impact on a lot of people's lives, and it's the greatest feeling in the whole world.
Teaching is a noble profession, and I'm just so proud and excited to be a teacher. And I think they really don't get to see what we see. I think as students sit in the classroom and they look at the people around them, they really don't have that bird's eye view that we have of lives changing and understanding happening and empathy growing. And I really encourage my students to go into teaching. And it's weird because as teachers, oftentimes you'll hear us pushing students into other careers because by nature we're very humble.
There's a difference between financial and intangible rewards. And I would tell you that the intangible rewards of teaching greatly outweigh any financial rewards you could gain anywhere else. Now, I know we have to make a living and we have to feed ourselves and clothe ourselves and all that. But when a kid tells you that their life has been changed because of what you do, they give meaning to what you do.
If I could give one piece of advice to current educators, I would say that it is mandatory that you love working with young people. If you don't like working with young people, this is not your profession. So start from there, and then everything else will take care of itself with your content and your subject matter.
Teachers are the ones who have the real power. Teachers are the ones who are in those classrooms talking to students, being the instructors. And so therefore teachers need to tap into that power, and they need to recognize that you are the person who is able to change the education system as a whole.
don't quit growing. Don't quit trying new things. It's really easy to get bogged down in all the things that you have to get done and all the new responsibilities that are being put on you, and it's hard to want to try something new. So I would just recommend that you try something new every day and just keep growing and getting better.
I think one piece of advice, and I think the thing that kind of tripped me up when I first started teaching, is that we remember the academic side, you know, but I think we kind of forget that education is twofold, to build knowledge and character. You know, I spent the first few years of my career, you know, remembering standards and making sure I knew something, and I never felt like that was ever going to be enough, so I was always trying to improve my craft. And then when I realized, now you have to do something with all that information. You know, how is it going to help you help someone else?
Remember why you got into this. Remember that it's the kids at the end of the day that you serve above and beyond anyone else. Because if you focus on that, everything else that surrounds education will fade away.
My name is Topher Kandik. I'm the 2016 Teacher of the Year from the District of Columbia.
I am Ashley Lamb Sinclair, the 2016 Kentucky Teacher of the Year.
I'm Justin Coffey. I'm the 2016 Kansas Teacher of the Year.
I am Johanna Hayes, the 2016 Connecticut Teacher of the Year.
I am David Morales, the 2016 New Mexico Teacher of the Year.
And I challenge you.
And I challenge you.
And I challenge you.
And I challenge you.
And I challenge you
To teach like me.
To teach like me.
To teach like me.
To teach like me.
to teach like me.